All right, back on the road in my car by myself on this next stretch to have a little alone time and downtime, heading to St. Louis from Sturgis at this point. It's been a rough week and a half, guys. Even the week off was a little rough with some internal drama, which I'm not really going to address on this because, I'm not one who airs family dirty laundry out in the open. But there's been some internal struggles. It's tough traveling with family, and there's people in our movement and every movement everywhere that are inauthentic, and that detracts from the mission. And I will not stand for that. I won't let anything detract me from my personal mission or anyone who I believe to be authentic from their mission, and those detractors will get called out. I'm very similar to Scott in that way. I don't have any time for inauthenticity, and if your words don't match your actions, I have no time for you, and I don't care who you are. I work for no man, for no woman. I don't even work for myself. I work for God. So if there's things that I say and do that you don't like, don't take it up with me. Take it up with the boss upstairs, because that's where I get my orders from. So the event this past weekend at Sturgis was a bit of a disaster because of the promoter that brought us in. Didn't really do any promoting. For those who don't know, I used to be a concert producer and promoter, so I know a lot about this stuff, and we were sold things that we didn't get. Now we had our own, talking about the Arise Freedom Tour, we had our own event yesterday, which was incredibly successful. A few hundred people, a little bit lighter than we normally get because, again, some of the chaos of the weekend, but still had a ton of people, sold a ton of Patriot Street Fighter merch. I got my hat on here. The new hats, got the side there. They're really great. We got some new merch. So there's a lot for people out that are coming to these future shows to buy. But yeah, it was just really challenging because of things like that, and then also because of some internal struggles. We've had volunteers show up that maybe don't have the mission as their first priority, but their own interests as their first priority. And again, I won't stand for that, and I won't be around anybody who does that. So that's sort of all really I'm going to say about that. I will tell you that along this journey, even some of the famous people that you follow, I've identified as inauthentic. I'm not going to call them out either, except for RDS. For those who know, I made a video that I was asked to take down about RDS. He's a phony. He's misappropriating donor funds. That's not an opinion, that's a fact. I'm not going to speak any more about that because I was asked not to, because it could compromise other things that are more important. And I always am someone who will put the greater good before any of my personal interests. So that's why I took down that video, and that's why I haven't spoken about it since. But I will say this, because it's important to me. I've been around a lot of famous people that have gotten famous recently or been for a long time. The vast majority of them I find to be inauthentic. And that is 100% not the case with Scott McKay and the Patriot Street Fighter. He is 100% the real deal. He is in this for the right reasons. He's not a perfect man. None of us are perfect. We're all human. But he's the real deal, and he's doing this the right way for the right reasons, and doing everything he can to make sure that his mission continues. And I have incredible respect for him as a person, as a celebrity, as he is now, and as a friend and a brother. He's one of the very few out on this part of the journey who has always taken the time to sit down and listen to me and allow me to help him. And that's really all it is. I mean, I do have my own Zilosophy platform and my own ways of helping people, and all I look for is to align myself with people to broaden that and help as many people as I can along the way. That's all I care about. And I know I'm very cutthroat that way, more than most people. Like, I'm not out here, I'm a single guy, I'm not out here looking to meet women, I'm not out here to go sightseeing around the country, although I enjoy those things. This is a mission about saving our country, saving humanity, and I'm very, very cutthroat and serious about that. It's all I care about, because I'm focused on my own personal ascension. I'm done with this 3D crap, and I'm not going to do it anymore. And the best way for me to ascend is to help as many people, as many other of God's children as I can, to wake up and see the light. And so that's all that I focus on. And because it's that important to me. Again, I say this all the time, and I don't know that people really get it. I don't do this for me. I really don't. It's not for me. That only part is that ascension part that I just mentioned. That's my personal view of it. But how do I do that? I do it by helping others as much as I can, wherever I can. And, because I've been aligned with Scott now for a few weeks, I've gotten a lot more followers, and that's amazing, because I was at the grocery store in Sturgis yesterday, and this guy outside the store stopped me and said, "Hey, I know you. I know you're on the tour. We've seen you before, and really appreciate the work that you're doing, and it means so much to us." And at every show now, just about, someone pulls me aside and said, "Hey, you're that Zilosophy guy. I've seen your videos, and really appreciate the work that you're doing." That means everything to me. Everything. Because I do this for you. And I will do anything to keep this mission going, my personal mission, or whether it's aligned with other people. I go where God tells me to go. And so I have no problem cutting ties with anyone. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I speak the truth. I speak God's honest truth, no matter what, no matter who it implicates, no matter who it alienates. And I've certainly implicated and alienated a lot of people on this tour. And even before that, when I started speaking out publicly, I don't know how long ago that is now, 6-7 months ago or something. It doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't. I have preferences. I have lots of friends that I'd love to still be friends with that I'm not right now, and hopefully one day those friendships will be patched over when they see the truth. But I'm not going to stop speaking the truth, and I don't care what the ramifications are. I would implicate my own mother if it came down to that. Luckily for me, that's not an issue, because my mother is very awake, and she's a patriot, and she's an angel of God. And same with my father. I speak about my mother a lot because we do have a really special connection. I know we've lived several lives together, but it's the same with my father too. He's an amazing guy, and maybe a little bit of a younger soul on the journey, but he's been incredibly supportive. And yet, if it came down to telling the truth and I had to implicate him, I would do it too. And I know that seems cold, but this is where I am in life. I'm in a very cutthroat part of my life and my journey, because that's how important this is. It means everything to me to save this country, to save humanity from darkness on behalf of the whole universe. I know that that's why I'm here and why I came here. They say, some people still say we don't choose our family. Well, I don't believe that. I believe we absolutely choose our family before we come here, including all the challenges. And look, this is a war. It's not going to be easy, and I'm not looking for sympathy. All I ask for is what all you continue to say to me in the comments. I ask for your prayers and your support, and that's it. And I don't get paid to do this, and I don't need to. And that's what other people doing this work need to understand, that are looking for their own personal interests. Your personal interest is very simple. You get the privilege of serving your country and serving humanity. That's your payment. That's the only payment you need. People ask how I live and how I survive. By the grace of God, because of people like you all out there listening who support me, sometimes financially, and lots of times emotionally and spiritually. Now I'm driving through a rainstorm with lots of lightning, so very interesting parallel there. But I haven't, because I've been so caught up in drama of trying to help this tour and do this thing, the things that I do, I haven't had time to make these videos for you guys, and I haven't had time to make my funny character videos, and quite frankly, because of some drama, I haven't been in the headspace to do that, which is why I decided on this next leg of the tour to go solo so that I can recalibrate and reset. I'm someone who needs a lot of alone time. I know that about myself. It's not personal to other people that I don't want to be around them, and none of this is personal. This is a job. This is a mission. I take my orders straight from the top, and I will go wherever I need to go and do whatever I need to do to help as many people as I can while I'm doing that. And I don't necessarily care what the costs are to me along that path, but many of you have been incredibly kind, saying take care of yourself, get rest, and I am doing that as best I can. And quite frankly, on this last stretch, I lost that, and I lost connection with myself. And so that's a lesson for all of us, right? Like I'm no good to anybody if I'm not taking care of myself. And the same goes for you and everybody else. We all must take care of ourselves so that we can do as much as we can for others. And that's really the message today, about taking care of ourselves and about staying grounded to the mission of authenticity. Our word, there's people out there who talk a great game and then they don't follow through. That's what I'm talking about in inauthenticity. And I'm an expert on it because I worked in the entertainment business for almost 20 years. And I've seen a lot of inauthenticity. I can smell it from a mile away. And I generally give people the benefit of the doubt and try and help them as best I can. And then when they ignore that help, I move on to someone else, because I'm not going to waste my time trying to help people that don't want to be helped. There's tons of you out there who do want to be helped and do want my time and do want my advice. And so that's where I'm going to put my attention. And however that plays out is fine with me. I don't think about, people ask me, well, where are you going to next? Well, wherever I'm called to go. When people ask me, because for 6 years or so now, I've been mostly staying with family and friends so that I can afford to do this mission, and to be taught to be free like this, to just move however. People ask me sometimes, well, where do you live? Wherever I am, that's where I live. I claim Florida as my home now because it was my home during all of the COVID madness, and I was able to stay free, and I really respect Governor DeSantis for how he protected his citizens. That doesn't mean I think he's perfect either. He's a human being too. But as a governor, during a really difficult time, he showed me a lot. And that's what it is. It's like during difficult times and during a war, you show your true colors. And when people show their true colors that aren't putting the mission first of saving humanity, then I don't have time for them. And like I said, I don't care who that is. I'm not impressed by celebrity or anything. I've lived in Malibu. I've been in the entertainment industry. I've been around all kinds of celebrity. It's all bullshit. We're all human beings. We're all the same. And yet we're all different. We all have different challenges to face. We all have different things to work on. And what I do with Zilosophy is try and wake people up to the things that they need to work on. But I can't do it for them. I can't do anything for you. All I can do is work on myself and lead by example. And when asked, give advice on what I see in others and sort of be a reflection for them and a mirror for them to see where they are in life, and give some advice on where I think they should go on a path. But everybody needs to decide for themselves. This is what sovereignty is. You've seen my video about sovereignty in my poem. That's what it's about. We're all sovereign beings, and we all need to take responsibility for ourselves. That's what Zilosophy is about. My whole idea when I wrote that first book, giant lightning strike right there. My whole idea when I wrote that first book called Zilosophy on Golf was that if everybody took full accountability for the things that we say and do in life, then the world would be a much better place almost overnight. And that's easy to say, but not easy to do, because a lot of people aren't willing to do the work. I work on this stuff every day, and I encourage you to hold me accountable in a loving way. And I hold other people accountable in a loving way. And sometimes when pushed and when tired, I'll get in their face a little bit to try and jolt them into waking up. And a lot of times that doesn't work. But for me, I'm someone that made a promise to myself that I have to know that I've done everything I can, whether it's for myself or someone else or for a mission. If I know that I've done everything and I've done my best, and even if it doesn't work, then that's good enough, because I did everything I could to try and make it work, or to try and help that person. So it's getting pretty gnarly here in the rainstorm, so I probably should stop doing the video and concentrate on driving. I promise you guys, as always, I'm safe, I'm protected, and I've also said what I need to say today. My hope is to do more update videos like this and more of my character videos. Again, for those of you who haven't seen and are new to the channel, look back on Facts Over Feelings. You'll get an idea of the types of videos I'm talking about. But the rain is getting gnarly and loud, so I'm going to let you go. I love you all. God bless you all. And please do everything you can to help as many people as you can. And we will all ascend together. I believe that. All right, we'll talk to you soon. God bless.